You might be weakening your own body every single day, simply because of a long-held fear that may not even be true. Many people over the age of 60 believe that eating eggs is dangerous. They worry about high cholesterol, clogged arteries, and cardiovascular disease. As a result, they completely remove eggs from their diet, especially the yolk, which has long been seen as the enemy of heart health. But what's even more concerning is not eating eggs, but avoiding them altogether. Because according to the latest research, including a 2025 study from Monash University in Australia, moderate egg consumption not only does no harm, but can reduce the risk of death from cardiovascular disease by up to 29% in healthy older adults. In other words, the very food many people fear might actually be a protective shield for their health. So what really happens to your body when you eliminate eggs from your diet? You may not realize it, but your body could be silently getting weaker every day. Your steps feel heavier, simple daily tasks become exhausting. You might assume this is just a natural part of aging, but in reality, it could be a sign of something more serious, age-related muscle loss. This is a silent enemy. It doesn't cause immediate pain, but it gradually erodes your strength. Muscles shrink, physical power declines, balance worsens, and most dangerously, the risk of falls and fractures increases, something that can completely change your life. The root cause is not just aging, but also nutritional deficiency, especially a lack of protein. As we age, the body enters a state called anabolic resistance. This means that to maintain or build muscle, you actually need more protein than when you were younger. If you don't provide enough, your body will start breaking down its own muscle tissue to sustain basic function, and you'll grow weaker without even noticing. Nutrition experts recommend that older adults consume about 1.2–1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily. Yet many people fail to reach this level because they eat too light out of fear of disease. And this is exactly where eggs become a simple but incredibly effective solution. Each egg provides about 6–7 grams of high-quality protein containing all the essential amino acids your body cannot produce on its own. More importantly, egg protein has a powerful ability to stimulate muscle protein synthesis. One study found that eating whole eggs can increase muscle protein synthesis by up to 42% compared to eating only egg whites. This is because the yolk contains leucine, an amino acid that acts like a switch to trigger muscle building. It also contains ovotransferrin, a compound that helps reduce muscle breakdown. Imagine your body as a house slowly deteriorating over time. Your muscles are the walls. Without repair, they begin to crumble. Eggs are like high-quality construction materials that help rebuild and reinforce that structure. Beyond muscles, eggs also play a crucial role in protecting bone health. As you age, the risk of osteoporosis increases. Many people think calcium supplements alone are enough. But in reality, without vitamin D, calcium cannot be effectively absorbed. Eggs contain natural vitamin D, which helps transport calcium into your bones. Additionally, the protein in eggs stimulates bone-forming cells while inhibiting bone breakdown. A 2024 study showed that people who consumed about 2 eggs per day had significantly better bone density in the hip and spine areas most vulnerable to fractures. Eggs also provide zinc and other compounds that support joint health, helping you move more smoothly and confidently. But perhaps the biggest concern people still have is cholesterol. A single egg contains about 186 milligrams of cholesterol, which sounds alarming. But what many don't know is that your body has a very smart self-regulation system. Your liver produces about 70% of your body's cholesterol, When you consume cholesterol from food, your liver automatically reduces its own production to maintain balance. Major studies, including those from Harvard University and the American Heart Association, confirm that eating one egg per day does not significantly raise bad LDL cholesterol levels in most healthy individuals. In fact, the cholesterol in eggs is considered high quality and less harmful than saturated fats found in fatty meats or processed food. However, about 25% of people are hyper-responders, meaning they may be more sensitive to dietary cholesterol. For them, the priority should be reducing saturated fat intake, not necessarily eliminating eggs entirely. Another powerful but often overlooked benefit: eggs support brain health. Have you ever felt more forgetful, slower in thinking, or less focused? These could be early signs of cognitive decline, a common issue in older adults. Eggs contain choline, a vital nutrient that helps produce acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter essential for memory and cognitive function. Each egg provides about 147 milligrams of choline, a significant amount for daily needs. In addition, eggs contain lutein and B vitamins, which help improve brain function and slow neurological aging. A study published in Nutrients in 2024 found that people who regularly consumed eggs from middle age had better cognitive performance later in life. In other words, eggs don't just nourish your body, they nourish your mind as well. However, like any food, moderation is key. Eating too many eggs can have negative effects. Some studies suggest that consuming more than 10 eggs per week may increase cardiovascular risk, especially when combined with a high-fat diet. Recommended intake: healthy individuals, 1 egg per day, or 7 eggs per week. People with underlying conditions, diabetes, high cholesterol, 4 eggs per week. Limit yolks. Additional egg whites can be consumed to increase protein without increasing cholesterol. Cooking methods also matter greatly. Boiled, steamed, or poached eggs are the best options because they retain about 91% of easily digestible protein. They require no added oil. They reduce cholesterol oxidation. On the other hand, fried eggs, salted eggs, or heavily seasoned dishes should be limited due to higher fat and sodium content. Another critical note: avoid raw or undercooked eggs. They may contain salmonella bacteria, which can be especially dangerous for older adults with weaker immune systems. Always cook eggs thoroughly, at least 70 degrees Celsius, and maintain proper hygiene during preparation. Ultimately, eggs are not a miracle cure, but they are a powerful component of a healthy lifestyle. When combined with vegetables, whole grains, regular light exercise, adequate sleep, eggs can deliver maximum benefits. So instead of fearing them based on outdated beliefs, it's time to understand and use them correctly. Because the humble egg, something so familiar in your kitchen, might just be the key to maintaining strength, mental clarity, and independence in your later years. And here's the real question: are you avoiding eggs to protect your health? Or are you unknowingly missing out on one of the most valuable sources of nutrition your body truly needs?